Welcome to Three Chicks in a Pod, Chicks and Salsa. We got a special guest in studio today. We got Eric Wilson from the Sports Arena. What's up, Eric?
Hey, ladies, thank you so much for having me on. It is great to be back. Great to see all of you. Hope everybody's doing well, and go Birds.
Had to throw it in there, man.
I
All
have to.
right.
Anytime I see you, Megan, I have to.
Hey, it's fine. You know what? I'm paying attention to basketball, to be perfectly honest. I do love football. Yes, I am a Cowboys fan. It's a little masochistic. It just is what it is. By this time, I'm transitioning into basketball. We're waiting on the NCAA season to start, which is going to be the first week of November. And then today is actually opening night for NBA. So I'm actually really happy with where the Spurs are, and we'll jump into that in just a little bit. So, yeah, football is great, but go bouncy, bouncy. I'm so glad basketball's back right now.
Hello, Mr. Jeremy.
Hi, Jeremy. Congrats on the win last night.
Oh, man, big win.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's start with our first topic. So we're more than halfway through October. We all know that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So let's talk a little bit about some of the people in sports who have been affected by breast cancer. And Candy, you want to start us off?
Sure. I mean, I'm sure there are a ton. And let's face it, everybody knows somebody at this point that has been affected. But some of the bigger names, one of the big names that stood out to me is Dorothy Hamill. As you all know, she is one of the most decorated American figure skaters. She won multiple championships and an Olympic medal. Back in 2007, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. Her mother also battled breast cancer and survived. In 2016, she, alongside Biothernostics, launched a campaign to encourage breast cancer survivors to understand that knowledge is power in the fight against breast cancer. And that's what I mean, that kind of what this, we have a platform, and I guess I really wanted us, because it's October, it's breast cancer awareness, to really use our platform to really talk about the knowledge piece of it. I have one more that I want to put out there because I found this story interesting and I had never heard of her. Her name is Diana Golden. Golden was an American disabled ski racer. She lost her leg to cancer at 12 years old, but that didn't stop her. She went on to win an Olympic medal and win multiple championships. After her ski career, she became a motivational speaker. Unfortunately, at 29 years old, she was diagnosed again, this time with breast cancer, and again at age 33. She unfortunately lost the battle back in 2001, but she would inspire a race series called Diana Golden Race Series, hosted by Disabled Sports USA. May she rest.
That's really interesting.
I had never heard her story, so yeah, I thought, just bringing awareness like that.
So I went the way the NFL has kind of taken from going from breast, I remember it being breast care or breast cancer awareness to more the crucial catch and covering all cancers. But I did stay with women athletes. Shannon Miller, she was one of our most decorated gymnasts in the United States. She was diagnosed in 2011 at age 33 with ovarian cancer, had surgery, and has came through, used surgery. They used surgery and chemo to eradicate the cancer from her body, and she is currently in remission. But some of her highlights were she was a 7-time Olympic medalist. She dominated in the 90s. She was a 92 Olympic all-around silver medalist. In 93 and 94, she was the reigning world champion in the all-around. And again, she's considered one of the most dominating gymnasts and decorated gymnasts in the United States. After, in 07, she'd actually started advocacy for children, underprivileged children, and helping them and their mothers be successful. So that started in 07. When 11 came around, she was diagnosed with her cancer at age 33. She is now a women's health advocate and a motivational speaker to empower and speak up for women's health rights across the board. So she is thriving and kind of one of those people that, you know, Dorothy Hamill was a person that I looked up to when I was young. So Shannon Miller steps in for those, you know, that was the 70s. So Shannon Miller stepped in for those that were born in the 80s and 90s. So kind of a neat kind of counterpart to Dorothy Hamill, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Eric?
So I kind of went a completely different direction.
That's okay.
With the fact that in less than 2.5 years, the Olympics are going to be here back in the United States in Los Angeles. I went the route of Olympians, if you will.
Okay.
The one that I have is her name is Shantae Lowe. She was born 1984, January 12, 1984 in California. She went to Georgia Tech, and she has competed on the collegiate level, you know, in the high jump. And she became a U.S. national champion multiple times, both indoor and outdoor, whether it be the long jump, the triple jump, the high jump. You know, she finished second in California State in 2002. Her personal best, I mean, that's just something that sometimes we don't really pay attention to. Her high jump outdoor is 2.05 meters, which she did in Iowa in 2010. Four-time Olympian. She represented our country in 04, 08, 2012, and 2016. At the 2005 World Championship in Helsinki, she earned a silver medal. Unfortunately, in 2008, she was disqualified for doping. But outside of that, you know, she's a mother, multiple children. She became a speaker, an advocate. Now, you know, in 2019, she was diagnosed with triple negative invasion ductal carcinoma. And even in the face of that, you know, she used her platform about early detection. And I know that's something that we, especially this month and going into next month with men and testicular cancer, the one thing that is always talked about is early detection, early detection, early detection. You know, this woman did not let this horrible disease ruin her or stop her from being who she truly wanted to be. And she was just someone who I wanted to take a moment and talk about. The other person is from Canada, born in 92. And I apologize because y'all know I'm bad with last names, but Gabriela Dabrowski. She is of Polish origin, fluent in 3 languages, English, French, and Polish. Playing tennis at the age of 7, working her way through the junior ranks. Her highest single ranking was 164. She mixed doubles, won that in the French Open in 2017. She won the Australian Open in 2018. Again, mixed doubles. Women's doubles in 2020, September of 2023 of the U.S. Open women's doubles. And she captured an Open title this year in U.S. Open title in 2025.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, again, someone who is more than just a tennis player, more than just someone who speaks multiple languages, but her story, one of perseverance, one of just managing partnerships and adapting to the pressures that an athlete has to go through. Forget about everything else. She basically, you know, like we always say, she reinvented herself or stayed true to her course of what she wanted to do in life. So those were just 2 women who I wanted to talk about, you know, because as you know, Candy said, we all know someone who unfortunately is either dealing or has dealt with this. And it's nice that we can shine a light on them to say that, you know, your life doesn't end when this traumatic thing happens. It really gets to show you your internal strength of who you are. And, you know, I'll speak from the male side of things. You know, the women in my life, the 3 of you included, and Jen as well, you know, take the time to take care of yourselves, because this thing has no, it basically is an equal opportunity ass kicker, or it tries to be.
For sure.
And since Jen is not on, she's hopeful to get on. We do want to do a shout out to her mother, who has beat and is in remission with breast cancer. So, that this hits really close to home for Jen, and we want to make sure that we acknowledge and honor her mother for her courageous battle.
Absolutely. So I wanted to talk about Tiffany Jackson Jones, and so this is somebody that hits close for me because she's a Texas girl. She was born in Longview, went to high school at Duncanville. She played for Texas, so y'all knew I was going to talk about her. She went number 5 overall in the WNBA draft in 2007. She went to the New York Liberty. She played for the Liberty for 3 years. Then she played for the Tulsa Shock back and forth some, and then she played for the Sparks in 2017. When she was done with her playing career, she went on to become a Texas assistant coach, where she unfortunately passed away at the age of 37. She was, let's see here, when she was in high school, she started at Lincoln High in Dallas, and she took her team to back-to-back championship appearances for Class A. Then she transferred to Duncanville High, and she won a 5A state title. In college, she was Freshman of the Year and several other honors throughout her college career. In her professional career, the elusive championship evaded her. As we know, the New York Liberty had a really tough time getting past the Houston Comets in those first 4 years. And then they had another championship appearance, and they were unable to get a championship until most recently last season. So it was not a career with big accolades, but I think just bringing awareness to the fact that she was 37 years old when she passed away. So something that we know, and I think that has to be spoken about, is the healthcare that African-American women get and the disparity between others and them. There's such a different level. And so, like we talked about, prevention is so important, and getting checked is incredibly important as well. Hey, Jen.
Hi. How are you, ladies?
Doing really well.
We're so glad to see you, Miss Jen. Love
Thank
you, girl.
you. Sorry that I'm late, ladies. And
No
hello,
worries.
Mr. Wilson.
I was like, "What's up, Jen? What am I, chopped liver?" I was like,
You're my favorite chop liver, though. Well,
I'm
what
saying,
can I
hey,
say?
I owe you and Rico a paycheck apparently, because I want to say thank you for y'all doing what y'all did a couple weeks ago. Keep pounding, Jen. Keep pounding.
Keep pounding, baby. All right, what's going on with your Eagles, Eric? I gotta ask.
We won.
And you did hear your news today, right? About Brandon Ingram?
Oh, the Brandon Graham.
Graham, sorry.
Yeah, 55 is back. The loudmouth is back, and guess what? You know what that means, Jen. There's going to be a special episode of my show coming up dedicated solely to him, because I'm very man. If we ain't here talking about him right now, man, we talking about women and breast cancer awareness and the fact that it is important. But it is so great to see you.
It's great to see your face too.
Because I'm rooting for you. I am.
Thank you. Yeah, today's been a kind of emotional day, but it's been a good day in a lot of ways.
Good. Is there anything that you wanted to add to that topic, Jen, or are we good to transfer to the NBA topic?
We were talking about the cancer, and we did give a shout out to your mom. But if you would like to bring your personal experience in.
I'll just say this, like, if you're fighting cancer or any ailment at all, listen to your body. Like, my dad, brother, and I all thought my mom was a little nutso. Well, we know she is, but we love her. But she, she raised my brother and I. So
she's a nice lady.
She's a wonderful lady. Nobody has a bigger heart in this whole entire world. But she taught the entire time she was going through treatment, through chemo, through this. She took the day of the surgery off. She was back to work like 3 days later, and then through radiation. And she said it was all because, and this was during COVID and post-COVID. And sorry, I shouldn't have said that word, but it was all during that time frame, and it scared me a little bit for her, especially when the schools opened back up, because I knew her immune system was weakened. But she beat it and she came through it. And she always said, like, teaching and her students got her through it. So listen to yourselves, listen to your gut, even if everybody else is telling you no, and make sure you have a strong team and a strong advocate beside you. Like, whatever you're going through, as long as you have that person, it'll be okay. Sorry.
Right. No, you're okay.
All right, let's go to NBA.
So today, no, it's an emotional topic. It is.
It is.
Candy brought something up when we first started, was that we all know somebody that it's affected by it. So incredibly emotional topic for sure. All right, so today is opening day for the NBA season. The Rockets and Thunder are underway currently. Rockets are up 10-9. Excuse me. Thunder's up 12-10. You gotta love basketball. How quick the score changes. The Thunder is the current reigning defending champs. They didn't need to do anything during the offseason because they retained everybody on their roster. It is an interesting team. Very international, and I like that vibe because I'm a Spurs fan. We like to utilize the international players, and then they have a couple of other players, Jalen Williams. I'm not sure if they will retain Lou Dort after this season. I think this will be a make or break season for him, but I love the rivalry that we are getting between Oklahoma City in San Antonio, because that's the two big men that came in right around the same time. So you got Chet Holmgren, and then of course Wembanyama down in San Antonio. And I love the back and forth between them. It's been a while since we've seen big post play, but both of them are able to get out on the 3-point line or even facilitate as well. So it is not the big men of the 90s, but you do see post play with those two.
You do.
So very interested in that. The Rockets as well, another team full of bigs. They've got 4 players that are 6'11" and up, so they're huge. We're seeing a lot of size increase. And then the late game tonight are going to be the Warriors versus the Lakers in LA. Of course, excited to see what the Lakers are going to look like. I think they have one of the best rosters as far as starters. I don't know about their bench depth. And then I think they're going to have a very common problem that we see throughout basketball. They got a question mark when it comes to coaching. And then on the other side of things, Warriors are a little older. Yes, more experienced, but I don't know if they're at that point where experience is going to override father time. So let's talk a little bit about y'all's basketball teams, or if there's anything going on with the season that you're excited about.
I'm excited about a Miles Bridges trade.
make it happen. Get him off the squad, man. Get it.
I really want to go back to Hornets games, and I can't until that happens.
Right. Yeah, man. Get him out the league, man. That's what it is.
They got the petition going all around Carolina, both north and south. We need Mikal Bridges. Get
him out of there, man.
So this year is one of the things I have put on my wish list for the upcoming season is to go to a Thunder game, because that's a 3.5 hour drive. But then as you said that, I was like, man, what I need to do is plan that when they're playing San Antonio and see if we can't meet up.
Well, if you do that, I might meet you there, because it's only 4 hours from me. It's the closest market to me as well.
So we need to look into that. I was just thinking about that. I was like, man, we need to look into that, because that would be a fun game to watch. I have not seen a professional basketball game in person. I love basketball in person. I love watching it. So that would be a fun way for me to get my first experience and hang out with you.
Candy, let's talk a little bit about your team. It was a little interesting during the off season, but y'all still got Giannis on the roster. Giannis and crew plus.
I was gonna say him and his brothers. Like there's 2 brothers.
I'm not gonna take it there, but I was gonna hint around at it. You got somebody taking up space on your roster.
That's okay. Yeah, I mean, this off season they went through a lot of changes and a lot of, Damian Lillard now is.
Candy, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just had to look at the schedule. Do y'all know when the Spurs play the Thunder in Oklahoma City?
No.
When?
Christmas Day.
Oh, let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's try it. Let's go for it.
This Christmas, because I had to look. I was like, okay, when is this happening? And I just
Oh, we should definitely
Candy.
do it.
Eric,
But-
I think you
and
just
it's-
bought them a Christmas present.
Oh,
no,
so
I
you're
did
buying
not.
our tickets too?
It is, but no, it's back to back. They play in San Antonio December 23rd, and then they play on Christmas December 25th. It's back to back games. So
Wow.
And I feel
sorry.
like that's
I
the
just-
right way to bring in Christmas because I'm not a big fan of Roger Goodell scheduling NFL games on Christmas. Christmas
oh
is
my
for
God,
basketball.
let it go.
No.
Just let it go. Wow. Okay, if you can't do that one, then there's another one. Like I'm pulling all the dates out. There's another one January 13th.
Okay.
Like I'm just pulling all the dates.
And
for
you
y'all,
want
so
to
write them down.
we want to hit the games before the Super Bowl because that's when the prices go up astronomically.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So those are
Eric,
two.
are you going to be in the Bay Area for Super Bowl this year?
No, it's too damn
No.
expensive. Unless you buy in, I'm not. No, I trust me, Jen. I would love to. You know me. It's California. There's wine country. I would take 2 weeks off. 1 week for the Super Bowl and 1 week to go drinking in Napa. But I just yeah, this one is. I'll put it to you right now. It is going to be. There is a 15% chance that I will be in Santa Clara for Super Bowl 60. I've been blessed to be at several of them.
Yes.
If I don't go to this one, I think I'm gonna be okay. I'm more excited about All-Star basketball this year, and I'll tell you why after. But Candy, I'm sorry to interrupt. They were talking about it, and I was like, let me look and see.
Sorry, Candy.
That's what I love about this show. We're free flowing, and whatever comes up, comes
Right.
up. You know. But the Bucks have taken. I don't even know what to say because Giannis has come out and said that like he wants to end his career overseas. So how many years he's going to be here playing? And does he want to stay a Buck or will he go to another team? Because honestly, I don't see with all the moving pieces that they had this last offseason, I don't see them winning this year championship. I just don't think they have enough talent on the team. I could be wrong because obviously, let's face it, in the NFL, there's so much more parity than I ever thought there would be. So
Right.
you never know. You play a game or teams get injured, wrong people go down. That's why we play the game. But Megan, I'd be
You never know what the next man up is going to do either. Like, I don't think anybody in San Antonio, we knew Stephon Castle was good, but I didn't think we knew that he was going to be starter ready to come on the squad rookie year.
Right.
Like, that just doesn't happen in San Antonio unless like you're Wemby or Timmy. Like you have to earn your starting position. And he absolutely earned it. Not saying that he hasn't, but it was immediately like and I don't think that you can know that that's going to happen that way until it happens.
I agree.
So my thing is, and the reason why I just look to see that, I mean, listen, I might as well go to Super Bowl because the All-Star weekend for NBA is in Los Angeles, so it's like hop, skip, and a jump. But my reason,
Let's do it, Eric.
my reason for why I'm excited for this season, surprisingly, is not because of the 76ers. Listen,
That's not surprising.
That's not. I love my team, but
Burn,
they can't
baby.
stay. They can't
His
stay
admission
healthy.
might be a little bit.
And I'm just like, so you know what? I'm gonna put my investment this year in a team that I had the privilege of covering in 2017, 2018, and 2019. A team that is preseasonally ranked in the top 10, and that is in fact the Orlando Magic. Like, I just really feel like this season is going to be a season where their name is going to be talked about consistently. Mm-hmm. Statistically, best team in the preseason. They have a bottom 10 deep offense, in a 13 straight season, ranked second on that end of the floor. But they led the preseason in both the free throw rate and offensive rebounding percentage. Now, if you have been with me to any Orlando Magic game, I have been preaching offensive rebounding since 2017. Like, I just don't get it.
Right.
So between Franz Wagner and Wendell Carter Jr., You know, I need to see more out of these gentlemen. Steven Adams, no, not Goga. I'm sorry, not Steven Adams. Goga, the days, he needs to be the defensive guy that this team leans on this year. You know, the Magic's offense is going to be under the microscope from jump. There needs to be more ball movement. They are 27th in pass per 24 minutes of possession, and that was from last season. The thing that I want to pay attention to, which I'm glad is starting tonight, is the first 7 of their 8 games are against Eastern teams who had losing records last season. That includes their 2 games against the Hawks, who we always say styles make fights. It's one of those things where I'm curious to see how they play Atlanta. So but their first 3 games are Miami, Atlanta, Chicago. They're going to Atlanta, they're going to Chicago, and then the rest of the schedule. But I want to see who the Orlando Magic are this season.
I like it. I remember the season before we drafted Wemby, I was so mad that the Magic got the number 1 pick again. And like they were in the top 5 picks for about a decade. I was pissed. I'm not going to go into the language that I said in my post. I cussed, but it was in Spanish. But anyway, the very next year we drafted Wemby, so I was fine. But I am glad to see that all the top 5 picks are finally working out. I hope that Orlando has figured it out on the coaching level as well. I think they had some good coaches that they let go of that became scapegoats. But unfortunately, that's just kind of the nature of the business on all levels of basketball, to be perfectly honest. So you could not pay me to be a coach, to be perfectly honest. Tim says that he'll be watching his Lady Blue Devils play Baylor on their opening game. That's right. Live from Paris. So Duke has a tough preseason schedule.
Oh, yes.
That was something that Kara talked about at tip-off. So it was definitely, I think, a good building year. They did really well last year. They did lose a piece. Oluchi went to Maryland. So I'm interested to see what they look like without her. But you have an amazing coach at the head of things right there. So she's somebody that's a culture builder. She's not just a coach. And with that, she will build something incredible, I'm sure. So what I'm most excited about in the NBA season, of course, is my team. We're not buns, finally. We made the playoffs 23 years in a row, and then we choked against the Denver Nuggets. And we haven't been back to the playoffs in 5 years, or 6 years. God, rough. 6 years. I was at that last game. I was at Denver when that happened. So, I
want to give you a hug right now, Megan.
It was rough.
I feel like you're choking up on this.
Not used to losing.
This is a team that has been synonymous with championships.
Yes.
You could pretty much say they
had the highest winning percentage
in a lot of regards.
Even with all the last 6 years not being great records, we still have the highest winning percentage of all time. So I was just not used to losing. Chill out, Eric.
It's like, okay.
It was me. I brought it up. I'm sorry, Megan.
Listen, it's like the Patriots fans now. They ain't used to losing. Now they finally, after 5 years, got back on the right track. So
it's gonna look different, Harry. Though. It's not gonna be the same old Spurs. We do have Popovich in the building still. He's gonna be president of basketball operations, so his input will still be there. But I think all of us, when we saw the press conference, we just saw that he's not physically able to be there. Like he can't get that excited the way he does on the sidelines anymore. He's gonna hurt himself, So it just is what it is. He's still having trouble getting around the building. Whenever you see him there, he either has Manu or Timmy, or he has both of them helping him walk. So it's still a road to recovery for Popovich. And
so Megan, you wouldn't take that job?
No.
You wouldn't take that job?
Mm-mm. I don't want to. You couldn't pay me to do
I call bull. I'm just calling bull on that one. I'm sorry.
I'm definitely going to take the step over coaching, and I'm going for GM. That's what I want to be.
Okay. All right.
I don't want to be a coach. GMs get fired too. Yes, that's what I would
Control the boardroom, control who you put in place, but just know, like you
Right.
just said, GMs, they
a cattail.
listen, I'll be a head coach in a minute.
You
No,
would? No, no, they gonna fire me. I mean, they gonna pay you, but
If
but
they
you
gonna,
have to do your buyout.
fire me, they're gonna fire
now
me for being me. That's all. That's all.
actually, Eric, I'm throwing my hat in the ring for Penn State.
Oh.
Yes, 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 yes. I support that.
We'll get a contract for how many years? We'll get fired after one, but you get paid for the remaining part of the
Right.
contract. Who wouldn't
Yeah.
like that?
Yes.
I do want to
Kerry
make it to
Kerry
the
Johnson.
whiteout game, though. I do. That's when I get this position. I do want to
Yes.
make it through the whiteout game.
Okay. And the whiteout game is usually in early October. The latest is usually the first week in November. So you'll be okay. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm for it.
And,
Just let me know. Let me
Eric,
know.
I will. You'll be part of my. I mean, y'all are part of my staff. I mean, it'll all
Sure.
work out.
Let's
I get
do
it all
it.
worked out for us in the contract, everything.
I'm on the first thing smoking. Let's go.
All right, so we're going to do our last topic real quick. We are going to do a little bit of an update on the World Series. We're going to let Candy kind of run the way on this one because her team actually made it to the pennant. They didn't make it past the pennant, but they had an incredible season. The Brewers get knocked out by maybe the best team of all time, maybe the best player of all time, the Dodgers. They're going to be playing the Blue Jays, who knocked out the Mariners yesterday. And I was sad to see them go. However, I think that the Mariners are building something big, and we will be continuing to be talking about them for many years to come. Same with the Brewers. So the World Series starts on Friday at 7 p.m. Central. They will start in Toronto. Let's talk about the World Series a little bit, Candy.
You know, I have to say, yes, my Brewers winningest regular season this year team, but they met up with some amazing pitching. And when I say that, for the most part, most of the season we don't see pitchers go 8 innings, especially in the playoffs. And yet these pitchers all went 8 innings. They had their stuff, and it was the wrong time for the Brewers bats to go silent.
Right.
So it was a combination. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. At least they got there. They were one of 4 teams to be, in that spot. So, and at the beginning of the year, nobody thought they would be. But now to the matchup. It starts in Toronto. So Toronto has had the home field advantage. So they will be going to Toronto on Friday. I do not know the matchup yet. Have they announced who's pitching? Because that makes a difference.
I don't think they have.
Let's face it. Shohei had the greatest performance, I think, all time. When you strike out in 6 innings, 10 people, and you hit 3 home runs besides that. Like, we don't see two-way players very often.
Right.
That was incredible.
I'm not one to be a hold on. I think they have announced it. So Snell has been announced for game 1, and then Yamamoto is scheduled for game 2. So I guess that's. And then Dave Roberts, or the manager, Dave Roberts, confirmed this pitching order for the first 2 games as well. So,
I really want to be Dave Roberts.
I love both teams. I don't love both teams. The one thing I will say about Toronto is that it would be nice to see Don Mattingly finally get a ring. Like, he's been in baseball for so long.
Yeah.
It's too bad it wasn't Brewers against Seattle, because those would be 2 teams that have never won a World Series. But unfortunately, that's not the series we got this year. We get Toronto versus LA Dodgers. So I think it'll be I hope it's an interesting series. The way the Dodgers came through, I'm not sure it will be.
The way the Dodgers have flown through the postseason is like a rocket train, and either you're going to get waylaid or you're going to jump off. And excuse me.
Part of it, Carrie, is the fact that the Dodgers were injured during the year, that some of their pitchers, so they had months off, so they're not as tired and they're more rested than some of these others.
And they won it. They won it with Shohei last year, not even pitching.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I don't know if anybody's beating them. I don't know. I
Dodgers in
can't.
5. That's all I'm gonna say. Dodgers in 5. That's what it
Others
is.
are 5. I do like Vladimir Jr. I think he's a very likable guy. And he has said that he will stay in Canada for the entirety of his career. He signed a note, like he's not going to be traded. He's signed all that. He's going to stay, no player option, all that. Like he's going to stay there forever. And I love seeing that. You don't see that in sports a lot. And I'm not knocking what people do to further their career. You got to do what's best for you. But I love when you see somebody that they just fit with their organization and they stay loyal. And so I love seeing that. But once again, I agree, Eric. I think Toronto might get one win. Man, I hope it goes 7 games. I would love to see that. However, Dodgers are unbelievable this year. They slid a little bit in the second half of the season, but because they weren't healthy. Now they're fully healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
There
say
was
right now.
one person on the Dodgers. Edmonds came through or excuse me, with St. Louis. So I did like him in St. Louis when I saw him, and I'm just now getting back to where I'm seeing paying more attention to baseball. But yeah, it's hard to watch.
This
No,
Dodgers
I
in
like
5.
the
I just
underdogs
can't.
usually.
I can't, in good conscience, and I can respect the Blue Jays, the fight that they have had to endure to get them to this point.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I
Because their
understand.
division was so good this year. Their
Yes.
division was
Yes.
But their division,
Really
their
good.
division is always good. You have the Yankees, you have the Red Sox, you have the Orioles, you have the Rays. We were never fixed on the Blue Jays. You know, we always considered them to be 4th or 5th just in their division. For them to overcome this and be at this point, I wish them all the love, luck, and success in the world.
Yes.
But Megan, you hit the nail on the head. We are blessed to have a player the caliber of Shohei Ohtani right now.
It's incredible.
And then to also have Yakamoto, did I say that correctly? Yeah.
Yamamoto.
Thank you. To have those 2 players on one team and just to be able to do what they are capable of, Toronto, you better get game 1. If you don't, you're going to get game 2 on Saturday. But I'm saying Wednesday, October 29th, 8 p.m., when the evening is over, the Dodgers will have won their 9th championship. And I just cannot – if this game goes to Halloween, the Blue Jays have a fighting chance. But they have to have so much go right for them. Whereas if Shohei's in the lineup, which he is, hey, y'all know me. I'm also a huge wrestling fan. I'll just quote it like this: to be the man, you got to beat the man. That's it.
True story. Well, I think we're going to end it there. I know Candy's got to run. She's got another show. So thank you guys so much for sharing and commenting on the show. Eric, thank you so much for coming on the show. And if there's anybody that wants to shoot a topic our way, we don't shy away from them. We will be talking about the SCORE Act soon. We don't have any dates set on that yet, but we will be talking about that very soon. It's a really important piece of legislation that we'll be talking about with the college athletes. So, all right, guys, we will see you next week, same time. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Thanks for coming on, Eric.